To get started, I go ahead and thread my needle with 4 threads. That to me is just a little bit faster than just doing a 2-threaded needle. So I do that by looping the thread, pulling it through the eye of the needle, and then pulling the double threads down on either side. So I end up with 4 threads going across. So you're going to go ahead and cut that at a good length. To tie off, I'll wrap it around the end of my finger, and then I go ahead and just pinch it and twist it off. Keep pinching it, and then I pull tight until it creates a knot. Then you can just go ahead and cut off any excess at the end of the thread beyond the knot. When I'm sewing, I like to use thread conditioner because it prevents the thread from tangling up on itself. So after I've created a knot, I'm just going to pass it through the thread conditioner a couple of times. Make sure you tie off before you do the thread conditioner, otherwise your knot may not hold. Then I start off by pulling the needle from the top side to the back side. This is so that the knot will end up on the top underneath the button and away from the customer's neck. Then I pass through the buttonholes for my first stitch. In this first stitch, I just get it started and I don't pull it completely tight until I get a chance to slide a pin underneath my thread. Because what this does is it pulls the thread up and creates a little bit of a loft above the button while I'm sewing, which will be useful later for when we need to make our thread shank. I go ahead and keep going through my holes, keeping my stitches nice and tiny, all in one area. With a 4-threaded needle, I'll usually go through 2 to 3 times. For a 2-threaded needle, I'll go through at least 4 to 6 times. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pull the pin out after that last stitch is pulled into place. All my stitches should be even with each other, and when I pull on the button there should be a little bit of loft between the button and the neckband. So now to create a shank, I'm going to wrap it around 4 or 5 times, which creates a nice stiff shank underneath the button. And then I'm going to go ahead and pass my needle through some of the old stitches, creating a loop. I'm going to slide my needle through that loop I've created. And as I slide through that loop, that creates another loop behind it. So I'm going to pass my needle through that second loop as well. And then holding on to that second loop, I'm just going to pull everything down into a nice square knot, like that. And then I'm going to put my needle back in right where that stitch ended, slide it through about 1/2 inch in the middle of the fabric layers, so it shouldn't be showing on the top or the bottom. I'm going to pull that through, pull it tight, and then clip it right next to the fabric. And if you pull it tight enough, then after you clip it, it should just bounce inside the layers and disappear so you can't see that thread tail. When you are finished, the button should have nice clean and neat stitches on top. The shank should be about as high as the neck band is thick. It should be nice and sturdy and strong. All the stitches look clean and even. On the inside, they're just very tiny stitches all in one place. And you are done. There are various tools that you can use to help you with hand sewing. One of them is a thimble. This protects your finger as you're pushing the needle through the fabric. It keeps you from poking yourself in the back. So I highly recommend using that. You can also use a point turner with a shank. It has a little hole that you slide under the button as you sew. That gives it the perfect loft. When you're done, you wrap your shank and you're good to go.